to go and suggest another thing. NAM1 is now deciding for us. NAM1 is a criminal. Every single thing associated with that guy should be in jail now. Everything. But this guy, I and I say bidieka and I'm gonna think kwasi asem. Adena we busi enim wuyenti, no problem. MPP nyeshe. Oh, Fabian Fanisika, I'm a dupinity. It's no problem. NPP bar, NDC bar, ultimately foco. So these criminals are still working in Ghana. You see where we are. You see any part because of NAM1. And you see any part you see hundreds of people. NAM1 after 5 years is still talking in Ghana. NAM1 does not deserve life in imprisonment. NAM1 deserves a firing squad.
Whenever I say my PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
Mr. S, I catch them say I should not pick calls. There are two topics I need to treat, and it's very important. One is got to do with a Electoral Commission, and one is got to do with a NAM1. And moment treating on YouTube we are doing 5,517 and other platforms. Now, Yatia ena akwawe nana pia mensa NAM1 episode we questions kekeni yebusa. I say this boy on any group of criminals, they are taking Ghanaians for granted. And me catch the Ghana for I am one person, may be possible to make sure NAM1 is set free. Time and NAM1 as some buy is Sankuma nene wafano or ye the boss of Yoko. Omukamutibo edupi a Royal Diamond is Sankuma Kromfo Royal Diamond for Ghana is Sankuma Jiomuhusika almost setting NAM1 up. Emma maybe ye expose. Emma it will follow up kunya a court proceedings. Maybe check any munya chemo standing by NAM1 catch the Ghana for say. Why I am fighting for NAM1 to release the say lots and lots of Ghanaians omusika koka NAM1 ejumemu. So if NAM1 is released oba Ghana, those people omusabeka musika. So the reason why I was fighting to get NAM1 back was for Ghanaians, Ghana for so omusabeka musika. If you say ejumani ura no emaya, embesin sanya, sika amanfo wu any other okay omunsanka. So I took it upon myself to speak on NAM1 issue. And when you Ade any Charles Gabriel Sorchidako any Isankumamo, they plotted NAM1's arrest Dubai to make sure say sika any insembebre or two for dimbe insembebre. Now at the end of the day, NAM1 came to Ghana. And our mind we said NAM1 yaya investigations from the Security and Exchange Commission. And we said NAM1 a year the investment and I said the Juma Odino a Juma enfa kwemu a illegal business. Inti Emma NAM1 who could kay jemu. Emma enimenimu ya ni ati say a year abina bekachere say NAM1 the Juma Odi a MENZGOLD Men's Bank any day and day abinding in sa atuni so through the Securities and Exchange Commission. Emma the finance minister, the attorney general, the Ghana Police Service omunyina issue statement say NAM1 kromfo na until say eberisha na asem we mo bia ne NAM1 enye dwuma na mmom no they have been able to confiscate and as abandon in sa ato NAM1 ejapade nyina so mi ntwantro mi chirechirem sibi etie intiatia na aban we ka so ordinance ato NAM1 kro no sika we nyina so Niatia ena Ken e Japan ya Mr. Music Man. Ebeka chere Ghana for say onim bank NAM1 $20 million da. Na se abina e redia obekire omo ma akoji sika no e dia ma Ghana fo a sebio omu di adwadwo ebre a omu hi omu sika. So ne nyina ti Ghana. So we're here. Ena Security and Exchange Commission a release a statement on the 15th of January 2019, any who news way a year City News. Yoko freezes NAM1's account, goes after his assets. This is the 15th of January 2019. And a Yoko for this statement by say, Omo freezing NAM1. Ne japadien sika obo krono boy sika onya wo nyina aban through Yoko some de omonsa to so ene se ate. It from the 15th on the 29th of the same month, July, no, ena yenya a letter from Edian Yoko documenter omode to abontene say court order confirming the freezing of properties of MENZGOLD Ghana Limited and other associated companies. Say a court ashemra said nana apia mensa NAM1 na obu nipa no. Court ashemra say ne japade nyina Yokufo emfa omonsa entoso. Tienye. Me kan ba be see enda asem no so me too MENZGOLD customers for 2019, 20, 21. Me catch almost say they should not go after NAM1. They should go after the government. If you say I abide no and a protecting NAM1. Omo be di matem bebre. Enyankwasiafo bo social media e di Kevin Taylor tem. And I'm smart. But the fight you people were fighting, I abide a protecting NAM1. Krono NAM1 aboa and the move no NAM1. And you know what some after. You are going after the wrong person. Go after the government. I'm sorry, no, NAM1 is getting the protection of the government through the Attorney General. In Tijuana court, yes, court the Mraba Yoko se court amo asho say omonfa omonsanto NAM1 japade nyina so. Now okan kratana say neka. The Economic and Organized Crime Office Yoko has secured a court order confirming the freezing of landed properties and vehicles of MENZGOLD Ghana Limited, MENZGOLD Office Complex, Xylophone Art Complex, Brew Marketing Consult, Star Madrid Football Club, Xylophone Music and Media Company Limited, Brew Energy Company Limited, G Tech Automobile Service, 2 properties located at Trasaco Valley, that is plot number 315 and plot number 337, plot of land number 54 near Oak Street, Trasaco Valley. Uncompleted residence, 510 acres of land. By this letter release, all employees of the affected companies, relatives and friends who are in possession of any of such properties are to surrender same by the authority of the High Court to the Economic and Organized Crime Head Office and regional officers in their own interest. The general public is also entreated to assist Yoko by giving information to facilitate the retrieval of all vehicles and properties not listed in the freezing order. Kindly contact the office through the following numbers or means: phone number blah 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 blah, email blah 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 blah. Signed, Jacqueline Avotri, Head Public Affairs for Executive Director. Intiawa and a Yoko releasing letters. They said omenya court order exercise sa nyoma we nyina omo for Monsanto so nyoma mbobo biso no ene Xylophone Art Complex, Brew Marketing, MENZGOLD Office no omo de Monsanto so, vehicles of MENZGOLD cars in omo de Monsanto so, MENZGOLD a dining office no omo de Monsanto so, bibi a friend MENZGOLD Art omo de Monsanto so, MENZGOLD Football Club omo de Monsanto so, Xylophone Music and Media Company omo de Monsanto so, Brew Energy company omo de Monsanto so, G Tech Automobile Services and also Abandi and Sato so, 2 plots properties located at Trasaco Valley, 2 plot number 315 and plot number 337. Omunya asasia about 510 acres. Omunya rest Trasaco. Omunya uncompleted. Just say sanyoma we nyina ema Yoko saka omo letter mu say. Japade bia NAM1 de bia obi on NAM1 ye dwuma e won ho bia on famra. Because one family chiwa yabe jelu inti sa nyoma ni nyina ka ho na Yoko di omonsa to so NAM1 dia. This is 2019. Now near Okroma yatna Okroma from 2019 to 2023. Menotia 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 4 to 5 years, depends how you want to count it. NAM1 ejapade no question aye busa say away. Now when you go back and you want to ask questions, obebusa wo say upon the sitting nyina NAM1 ababon tia be catch Ghana for say e kire mu tie sika 650 and san o motumi access the system to get their compensation ade chi ya wasa ba be ka say oh the sia de wotwam question na ye pese busa a fundamental question nana apia mensa ijapade na abinding in sato so no ewe the attorney general is there, the Yoko guys are there, the CID is there, and also the government is there. Now the question goes to Yoko and the attorney general. NAM1 ejapade amebubo so nyina ya odi ebi mbeka ho. Sai ejapade ni nyina where are they? Ejapade we nyina ewen. Because at this point, MENZGOLD clients and our customers, majority are dead. Now the government wants to tell us say they don't have a fixed price. They can tell us say all the things that they freezed are not abandoned in Sato, so they cannot give us a unique amount. This figure na. Till date, Obian to me bambe country Ghana for say NAM1 ejapade dey in Sato to so nyina, it is this amount or that amount for 5 years. Omuntumi can chase $2 million, $1 million, and $300 million. Ever seen the Yoko and the Attorney General and the Ghana Police Service and the most important institutions of more SEC, Security and Exchange Commission. None of these agencies have been able to tell us that nyoma is easy on amhon ho nyina no. You freezy and nyina no. You calculating nyina. This is the amount of money we will get. Ever seen there? Why are you blaming NAM1? Why are you going after NAM1? Why are you wasting your time on NAM1? The state is protecting NAM1. Simple as that. The Attorney General's office, the office is protecting Nana Apia Mensah. Krono Nana Apia Mensah Bogana for ebia feme wuno. The Attorney General's office, Godfrey Dame, any Yoko Tiwa Adidan Kwadano no. They are the ones protecting NAM1. Because till date, Obian to mean say how much the things that were confiscated or frozen, whatever, by the government, nobody is able to tell us how much they are worth. From 2019 to date, NAM1 court 35 times. Still in the assembly. At a point, the judge sitting on the case threatened the Attorney General or the prosecutor that if you don't do things right, I'll cancel this case and let NAM1 walk. Yet, yeah, NAM1 say people have to pay money before they can access Omusika. How many clients and a NAM1 war? And the MENZGOLD clients, customers, they say you have not paid over 5,000 customers. And they are telling Ghana for the government say NAM1 has not paid anybody. NAM1 is walking around telling Ghana for say he has paid 5,000 people. Why are we going after NAM1? It is the government, the Attorney General, Yoko, the Security and Exchange Commission. They are the ones who have connived with NAM1. NAM1 ne abino and a dadamo. Akuffo Addo abine, MPP abine way. They are the ones preventing you from getting your money. Because the strategy is that keep NAM1 in court, nothing will happen. Let NAM1 still keep his properties. $20 million and also other bank bank. Because I didn't confiscate NAM1's properties. And then NAM1 ba no kase nyoma musizi $100 million. Is somebody going to challenge NAM1's statement? But we are the people, we are the government. These people froze all these things. We still don't know how much it's worth. The things they listed in the Yoko statement or press release, that's not all the things they seized. If we say, they also said, they say, Obi on NAM1 year, Jumebia or one NAM1 car or one NAM1 fino come and report. Meaning there were more things that were given to Yoko. So how come say we are still sitting here? We don't even know how much this guy is worth. The government cannot tell us how much this fool is worth. We are still sitting here for this guy to tell Ghana for Ebia will say pay 650 or go through some process before you can get your money. The same clients who were defrauded, government of Ghana Nimuno, They are saying this liar has not paid anybody. NAM1 is sitting in the comfort of his home, driving one of the most expensive cars on earth, walking on the streets of Ghana, getting into the office of the Attorney General as a free man, enjoying life. And a Ghana for na odupi taxes. The government of the day is telling them that shut up. Over 200 to 300 people have died directly and indirectly from NAM1's crime. We still have an Attorney General who has pushed NAM1 to court for 35 times. 5 years, no judgment. You want me to say it is the fault of NAM1? NAM1 is a hardened criminal, or a kromfo with kunipa. From his actions and inactions, NAM1 has murdered people through his actions. Now, how come the government lawyer is not concerned about Ghanaians losing their lives because of a criminal, but rather doing everything possible to protect that criminal? Why is Yoko quiet on how much this guy is worth? Why is the Securities and Exchange Commission quiet? Why is the Attorney General quiet? And why is that NAM1 has been caught for 35 times and he has still not been found guilty? Are we mad as a people? You still have people in Ghana saying, say, MPP will not do foko. Kwasi ampenyi, o ma misika kahona nkuwuwa, ka obetena wakasa asem. We still sit in Ghana and you hear people say MPP and NDC are the same. Where Jimmy? Those kind of statements, any man NAM1, any Attorney General, Ghana for say. I warned Ghanaians. I want that the clients of NAM1 say, you are targeting the wrong meat. You are targeting the wrong meat. It's a collaboration between NAM1, Yoko, and the Attorney General's office. They are playing you people. Who is working with NAM1? What research did he do? What did he do to come by that 650 or no to go and suggest another thing? NAM1 is now deciding for us. NAM1 is a criminal. Every single thing associated with that guy should be in jail now. Everything. But this guy, I and I said bidieka and I'm Ghana think kwasi asem. And then we busi eni no problem. MPP nyeshe. Oh, Fabian Fanisika, I'm a dupinity. It's no problem. NPP bar, NDC bar, ultimately foco. So these criminals are still working in Ghana. You see where we are. You see any part because of NAM1. And you see any part you see hundreds of people. NAM1 after 5 years is still talking in Ghana. NAM1 does not deserve life in imprisonment. NAM1 deserves a firing squad.
Dedi kama amena PENDREAM TV ase na so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.